Hello, I'm Ben, DivKid, and this is my first patch with SKORPION, a waveform reanimator from WMD. And it's an absolute kind of wave-shaping powerhouse. This is just a saw wave coming in, some subtle modulation. You'll see my attenuators aren't particularly high, they're just giving a little bit of change over time. Stereo out direct to be recorded, no effects. In fact, here it is dry. Just a saw wave coming in again. And with this folded, kind of rich, stereo, unison, chorusy like sound. I'm still really just learning it. I've just started making the demo and this is my literal first patch. I wanted to kind of break off and record this separately and share this first patch. So let's pull these cables and kind of build up to this raspy, wide sound. So removing the modulation and going dry, again here's the dry sound. I'll go up to fully wet, but just in the middle, where this will be mono. And you can hear it folds the saw waves really well. Let's push a bit wider, get some of that unison happening. Slight delay in a mid-side network here that creates this stereo image. But look at all the things I'm talking about here in more depth in the full demo. But folding the saw. I first added my main envelope to that folding, so patching that in. Envelope pushing that fold. And I'll keep pulling these in and out so you can hear this build as we go. An interesting thing was that the volt per octave, with some stepped random, and you hear that like gig, kind of steppy. A nice step motion, and that's coming from sending a stepped random into the volt per octave. I then got into playing with slope. And sending a sequence that's just repetitive with the pitch sequence going to the saw wave into slope. And that's quite an interesting really dynamic thing to push and pull. There's a lot of level change, a lot of upper raspy harmonic change. And again, just subtle modulation, just a little bit of that alongside the other modulation worked really well. Then looking at shift. It's almost like a PWM. So an LFO to shift. This PWME richness. Works really well with the other controls. I then had an accent envelope that went to shape. You can see the activity there on the LED. Hopefully you can just hear that dung dung, that kind of plucky, percussive, almost like low pass gate strike of the shape. And finally I sent an LFO to the output mix, which is going to be the equivalent of moving this stereo imaging that's built into the module, and that's going to give a really lovely thick kind of chorus sound. So building this up just kind of one by one in order if you like, just running left to right. Saw wave input, stepped random to volt per octave, my main sequenced envelope to fold amount, sequence to slope. Just a tiny amount. A slow LFO to shift. An accent envelope to shape. And finally, an LFO to the output mix. And it's such a rich sound. It does sound like several modules chained, some in parallel. And if I take that to be, say, a sine wave, we still get a really interesting result. But I like it folding rich waves like saws as well. So a fuller video coming very soon. The pre-order window for this is a kind of one produced batch and done based on pre-orders situation for WMD. So I'll link that down below if you'd like to jump at it. If you're waiting to see more, check out that full video soon. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!